if you're not in slavery. You are in subjection to Caesar, man. Bro, you're in subjection to the Roman Empire. You are in subjection to the Egyptians, man. The Most High say, after the ways of the Egyptians, don't follow after them, man. Read. After the doings of the land of Canaan. So like I'm gonna start from the top. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwell, shall you not do. We shall not celebrate their customs, their traditions, right? We should not follow them because they are lawless, right? We should not worship their gods because we got our own God to worship. Read. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall you not do, neither shall you walk in their ordinance. Neither shall you what? Walk. So I can walk in their ordinance. Neither shall you walk in their ordinances, man. Right? You shouldn't be celebrating these heathen practices, man. You shouldn't be walking in their customs, following their ways, man. It's clear as day. Huh. It's the same Holy One of Israel, the Ancient of Days, that's in the New Testament. The Most High don't change, man. Read. You shall do my judgment. You shall do what? You shall do my judgment. We shall do his judgments. Read. And keep mine ordinances. And keep his ordinances, man. We have our high holy days and our ordinances that we got from the Most High to keep, man. We don't have to follow Saturnalia. We don't have to follow Christmas, right? We keep the holy days of the Most High, man. Feast of Dedication coming up next week, man, on the same day as Christmas Eve, man, on the same day as Christmas Day. Right. We choosing to follow the ordinances of the Most High like he commanded us. Christ said, not one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law until all be fulfilled. Right? So we got to honor that, man. We got to honor our Father, man. Right. Read. You know verse 5? Yeah. Bring it up. Verse 5. Verse 5. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. Right. Do his statutes and his judgments, man. Keep his commandments and live in them. Right? It's the Sabbath right now, man. You're not supposed to be out buying and spending on the Shabbat. Right? You're not supposed to be sleeping with your neighbor's wife, man. You're not supposed to be out here high on fucking cigarettes and weed and fentanyl and cocaine. No, you could be high for that, devil. That's your drugs. You could be high for that. I'm talking to the children of Israel. You can sleep with your neighbor, Esau. You can sleep with your dog too, you damn bestiality. Yeah, go smash a donkey right now. I don't give a damn. This message ain't for you, man. This message ain't even for your ass. Why not? I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to my people. The holy children of the Most High. Right? The children of the Most High manifest, and then you have the children of Satan manifest, man. Right. Live on Las Vegas Boulevard at the Strat. We in the stratosphere with it tonight. Huh? We in the stratosphere with it tonight.
Shabbat Shalom. Dash Alahayim bringing that fire, you know, bringing the good word to the strip out there in Las Vegas, telling people to repent and then come back to their true nationality. Okay. All right, so Shabbat Shalom, we are in the last days. Okay. Welcome to another Shabbat class where we're going to discuss end times prophecies and implications, while at the same time glorifying Yahweh Shem Yahushai for allowing us to see, allowing us to see these prophecies manifest right in front of our eyes. Slakia, let me fix something real quick. But anybody available to read? We can get started. I know Watching the video for a while.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom. All praises. All right. Let's get a starry background. A lot of drone activity out there. So when you start moving and coming towards you, then you know we're in these last days. There we go. All right. So let's begin. All right, the lesson's called Prepare Ye the Way. Prepare ye the way. We are in the last days. So let's prepare to meet our maker, my lady says in the movie The Mist. Okay. Let's get first Mark 1 verse 2. And like Samuel was saying to Saul, you know what I mean? But Most High willing in a good way. You know, he was telling him, you know, you about to die, you know. Most High willing, that sky will crack open sooner than later. Hear that trumpet, you know what I mean? But right now it seems that this judgment is taking place, so people are gonna have to endure the things that they've done. And that's just people have to endure you know, the decisions they had made in life. Okay, let's begin. Let's bring in with St. Mark chapter 1 verse 2.
This is the book of St. Mark, chapter 1 and verse 2. When everybody have it, please say Khan.
Khan.
Verse 2. As it is written in the prophets, behold, I send my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare thy way before thee.
Khan. So back then, John the Baptist had a very crucial role of letting the Israelites know that Christ has returned. You can imagine since when the prophets prophesied that there would be a counselor, the government will be on his back or shoulders, and you know what I mean. Everybody was pretty, I'm sure, hyped up to have Christ come back. You know what I mean? It's like the apostles were talking in Acts, the first chapter. You know, is this the time? Is the kingdom ours? You know, so as Scripture said, many people will come and say that I'm Christ. So you got your Nostradamuses, and you know what I mean. Everybody under the sun that thinks they're connected with the Most High, probably saying that that they're the Christ. You know what I mean. And even today, you look at it today, David Koresh's, you have people that, you meet on social media, Clubhouse, so forth and so on, that thinks they're literally Christ. So, and the people that follow them and think, oh, he seems like he's smart, you know what I mean? He seems like he knows what he's talking about, and might have, led them astray, but John the Baptist knew when he saw Christ, he knew exactly this is it. All right, this is he who I'm talking about. Go ahead, read verse 3.
Verse 3. The voice of one crying in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of the Lord, make his path straight.
So, this class is talking about preparing to meet Christ, preparing to meet the Maker. You know what I mean? The you know the power that made all this. You know what I'm saying? Most High being the architect, and Christ literally, making principalities and all these things that we see. So preparing ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, you know what I mean, to see some amazing things that we've never seen before. And how do we prepare? By following the laws, statutes, commandments written in the Bible. Comes back to the law. you know Rehearsing the righteous acts, going back and forth with somebody, whether this is this is what I think the new moon is and what I think we should be doing. And you wear fringes. I don't think we should wear fringes anymore. By the time wear hats, covering our heads and all that, when Christ comes back, he's going to set all that in order. You know what I mean? But we got to be honest with ourselves, that we're not just using the scriptures to further our own advantages. You know what I'm saying? Using the scriptures to our advantage, knowing that what we're saying might not be right, but I like to party on the weekends. So, hey, the lunar Sabbath, you know what I mean? But being honest with ourselves, not thinking that, you know, um, that's really the case, but we got to figure these things out in these last days. Let's go to First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. Because these are some serious times we're living in. Serious times, Syria's getting carved up right now. It seems like it might come to a head between Erdogan over there in Turkey, Netanyahu in Israel, over Syria. You know what I mean? Russia backed out and allowed Assad to get trampled on. Iran never stepped in, so it's really like people going back to their own land. You know what I'm saying? Like it's written. Um, it's like Russia has to deal with Ukraine. So they're like, look, man, I can't help you, man. I got stuff of my own. Iran has to deal with Israel, or I don't know what Iran's doing, but at the same time, they're not doing anything. They didn't do anything to help uh, Syria. And right now, Syria is getting bombed back to the Stone Age by Israel. So everybody has their own problems, their own situations, and every man for themselves on a much larger level with countries and powers. Okay, let's bring that out. First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1.
Khan, this is the book of First Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 1. When everybody have it, please say Khan.
Con.
Con.
Khan, verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you.
So pretty much, you know what I mean? I'm preaching to the choir. Everybody on here should realize that none of this stuff is normal. All right. We can go with, I'm fine if, the whole drone situation, some believe it's the US military. I have no uh a pony in this fight, no dog in this fight or whatever like that. It's very unusual, that this technology, but who's to say this technology doesn't exist? They make movies like Star Trek and stuff back in the 70s, 60s or whatever. The Jetsons, you know what I'm saying? And anytime they have something, put on, the TV screen or whatever like that, that concept is already out there. They're probably already working on or they have it already, you know. So possibly that's them, Oh, sorry, yeah. Possibly that's them. But when you look at what they call orbs, like energy balls of light, plasma, that just seem to can do whatever they want, go wherever they want, and that's taking place at a massive level as well in the United States. So you'll see a drone and an orb maybe in the same shot, in the same, camera view, and you see the difference between the two. The drone might have to, it goes really slow and, this, that, and the third, but the orb can go 1,000 miles an hour or just disappear, you know? And they're saying the drones have those capabilities of just blacking out where nobody can find them because they have no heat signature. We are in some amazing times right now. You know what I mean? Emergency meeting with the United States with Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. Of course, they don't tell us what's in that meeting, but nevertheless, you still had, Putin and them, they have their emergency meetings. America really doesn't, they're fine. They have, the daily briefings and stuff like that. So to have an emergency meeting, be interesting to find out what that is. Also, for the idea that the drones aren't what you call man-made or from come out of the chariots. The United States government, the um, was it the Pentagon and Congress had a meeting. Shabbat Shalom. They had a meeting with together, but it's through closed doors. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know what these are, then why are you meeting behind closed doors? You could tell everybody. You could say like, "Hey, I have no idea who they are." You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, obviously they know something. And one thing that we're going to talk about on Wednesday is that planes have been falling out of the sky left and right. You know what I'm saying? Left and right. Gabar said he saw 2 drones just disappear the other night. You know what I mean? They just don't disappear. You know what I mean? They have, regular drones. You know what I'm saying? But it's very fishy, very odd. So one thing we could all agree on: this hasn't happened before. All right, this is something new. Okay.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, family. Yahweh
Shabbat
Shem Shabbat
Shabbat
Shalom.
Yahweh Shem Yashar Barakatam.
Yahweh Shem Shabbat to the sisters. The other night, me and Sabalana actually saw a drone over Willingboro. And kind of where we live is like, it's kind of in between Newark Airport and Philly Airport. So you're going to get a lot of plane activity. So, now every time you look up, it's like, damn, is that a drone? Is that a chariot? You know what I'm saying? So we look it up, but this was clearly a drone. The way it was moving, it was low. It was moving back and forth. It was more so moving like in a square shape. I don't think it was a chariot because of the way it was moving. But one thing, a couple of articles I saw, and y'all probably saw yourself or heard about them, what's coming out now is Esau is actually launching drones because it's been so much UFO activity. So now they're launching drones with cameras and stuff, trying to actually monitor the UFO activity. And that's what they're not talking about. It's been so much chariot activity that they're launching like surveillance drones now to try to see what's going on. So don't be surprised. I got a little theory. Don't be surprised if we start hearing about drones getting shot down. And the drones might start getting shot down by the actual chariots. It's serious, man. There's a lot of activity going on in the sky now. They're talking about seeing all kinds of stuff. So the other night, as we see this drone, right, there was also just some blinking light in the sky. It was just sitting still. I don't know if it was a chariot or whatever because it wasn't moving. It was just blinking, 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 blinking. And the skies over Willingboro, especially on the street we live on, is pretty clear at night compared to other cities with larger populations and more pollution. So you can see a lot of the stars, but a lot of times, you could tell the difference between a star, maybe a chariot, maybe a satellite even. Remember, Esau got satellites. But this light was just blinking, 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 blinking. And then the drone came, and the drone was low. It was flying like in a square motion. It looked like it was doing surveillance, honestly, like it was like spying or something. I didn't get the feel that it was a chariot. This more so looks like man technology. But it's coming out that it's been so much UFO activity that Esau is actually trying to launch the drones to try to monitor what's going on and get video footage. So it won't shock me if we start hearing about, some damn half a car-sized drone just crash landed in my neighborhood last night because it's just so much activity. The Most High might have the chariot start shooting the damn drones down. because Esau think he can send them up there to try to monitor, because it's just been so much UFO activity. And one more thing before I land, the drones that they're saying that are like in a they're coming out by eights out of the sea. I saw that years ago. I witnessed something like that in California, like maybe back in 2011. It was actually these to me, they were chariots. They were coming up out of the sea and they were flying slow over the Pacific coast, the West Coast, Pacific Ocean. They were coming up out of the sea and flying like slow, and they were like doing these formations. Now, there was a brother, that was learning with us back then, and he was in the Navy. Now he was saying that a lot of times the UFO, the government they do a lot of the Air Force does a lot of different activities off of the West Coast. So he said some of that y'all seeing could be man-made technology. He said we got a lot of, different types of vehicles we fly and we test out. He said some of them crash, some of them don't work. So you might see something that look like a UFO, but it might be Navy and Air Force, and it might be the military testing out some kind of different, kind of technology and flying object. But I was talking about it on a Thursday night class years ago, and I was like, look, I saw that with my own eyes off of the coast of California. I saw these vehicles coming up out of the sea, and I told the brother straight up, I don't think that was no United States military, brother. Those look like chariots. It was about 3 or 4 of them, and they just came up out of the sea, and they were moving like in a formation over the water, and they just zipped up into the air and disappeared. So there's a lot going on, and it is a lot that they're not saying, man. But again, it's been so much chariot activity. That's what Esau is really hiding. He don't want to tell the people how much actual chariot sightings and activity it's been, even within the last 6 months, to the point where they're nervous as hell. Men's hearts are failing them for fear, like Elder Terah brought out on the clubhouse the other day. So there's a lot going on, man. But we do know the Most High's chariots are showing up. And that's a sign that we're getting to the end, because, of course, the Most High is showing us this is the vehicles that I'm going to deliver y'all on. And I land on that. Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala. Yeah, so don't believe the official narrative. You know what I'm saying? That they don't know what's going on. And, like the elder was saying, it's other things in the sky, other than these so-called drones. There's orbs and obviously, chariots, the orbs can morph into things, you know what I mean? This is an amazing time to be alive, okay? And like Esau, like that movie, Don't Look Up, it was about like a meteor, I believe, but it was about a meteor, coming to the earth. But that's what they would rather you not look up, look down on your phone, you know what I mean? Get on Facebook, you know what I mean? FaceTime, don't pay attention to what's going on in the sky. But you know what I mean? What the scriptures say, you know what I mean? Look up, your redemption draweth nigh. You know what I mean? Salvation is coming to the Israelites. Okay. And also, like the elder was saying, men's hearts are failing them. They're scared. I don't care what anybody says. They're scared. You can get in front of the TV and talk, but at the same time, you can still look at telltale signs of stress coming off John Kirby's forehead, man. He's trying to lie his best, as best as he can, but he realized what's going on. It was a video. I had to prepare for a Wednesday, but it's a military guy talking about, you know, about the angels pretty much. They can look like whatever they want to look like. You know what I mean? Just like Yahushua, you know what I mean? When he came, was died and resurrected, you know what I mean? The apostles didn't know who he was. They looked like, who's this guy? Let me eat with this guy. And then they find out that it's him and he just disappears. You know what I mean? Like that's too much power. They're not ready for that. But they understand that exists. So the fear is real. You walking down the hallways of the Pentagon, is that my coworker from yesterday? Or is that that chariot that was seen last night, or some a occupant from that chariot that was seen last night that went viral. So it's hard to sleep for a lot of these guys, and all praise to the Most High. It was Rosie O'Donnell. I believe that's Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah, that was discussing the chariots. So she's like, we know everybody knows what these are. That's why I can't sleep. But she's not, you know, she's not the exception. They all can't sleep. No rest for the wicked, like Shalpar was bringing out. All right. Can you read verse 2, First Thessalonians?
Verse 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
You don't know when this is gonna really pop off. Syria, I remember when Syria was going through it during Barack. It was like '09 or something like that. It was a red line, and thought it was going to be, thought everything was going to go down. Then it didn't. But you see, the Most High plays chess, and he's just knocking down strongholds. Syria was a stronghold. That thing got knocked down. Now it's every man for himself out there. At one point, Libya was a stronghold, got knocked down. Afghanistan, knocked down. Taliban's taking over that place. You know what I mean? And it's coming to America, you know, but it's coming. It's like he's like a thief in the night. So I really ain't got to tell you. You already know. Okay, let's go to Acts chapter 1, verse 6. You already know what time it is. Okay. Um, so what should we be doing? Should we be burying our talents? Or should we putting more on our resume? Because when you get in front of the ultimate judge, what's he gonna say? You're sitting there twiddling your thumbs, when he found out you was in the truth. What did you do? What did you do to promote, that I'm coming back? Did you prepare the way of the Lord? Did you, you know, make your body a living sacrifice and do this work? Or did you just sit back and do nothing? You could say, I'm following the law, statutes, commandments, and that's good. But it also says, tell people their transgressions, Israel, their sins. Now, if you're a sister, you don't go out there and read the Bible and everything. I seen somebody do that one time. It was a sister, I think it was in Philly. It's so embarrassing. She's reading, and the other guy, and I don't know, if it was her boyfriend or whatever is. She's speaking, and the other guy is reading. It was awful. But there's other things you can do, you know. Um, Teaching the children, sisters getting together, learning, not just scriptures, but important things. Sewing, you know what I'm saying? Different recipes, how to uplift your husbands, uplift the men in your life, the righteous men in your life, aim to be righteous, with good food and not just McDonald's cheeseburgers and Wendy's Happy Meals or whatever, none of that fast food, fast death, learning how to cook different material, different oils, so forth and so on. All that stuff's important. That keeps the family alive rather than a heart attack at age 40 or a stroke. You know what I mean? We got to really take care of our health because going to the hospitals, it's a lot of us in there. A lot of Israelites stuck in those hospitals. Let's continue on. Can you bring that out in Acts?
Khan. This is the book of Acts, chapter 1 and verse 6. When everybody have it, please say Khan.
Khan.
Khan, verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?
because it's a saying like, man, waiting on you is like waiting on the second coming. You know what I'm saying? But because you know, brother's been waiting. As you can see, they gathering around. How shall is it now? Is it now? Go ahead, can we next verse?
Verse 7. And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons, which the Father had put in his own power.
So it's not up to us. What we got to do is not get caught slipping. You know what I'm saying? What's the best way of not being caught slipping on the streets is you always have your gun on you, but in this truth, it's always being in this word, always having it on your mind. When's the next feast day? What can I prepare? What can I bring? You know what I'm saying? That's constantly on your mind, Of course, you got to do other things like pay bills, you know what I mean? Go to work, so forth and so on. But it's on the forefront. You know what I mean? What's more important? This is more important. Following the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High God is more important. All right, because we are in the last days. All right, but there's ways to see where we're at, to gauge where we are in the return of Yahushua. Can you bring Saint Luke chapter 21 and verse 29? And that's what we do. You know, we're gauging. Let's see what. Look at that Syria drop. That's major. And notice that it's not really talked about on the mainstream like that. They hated Bashar al-Assad because they wanted him, like I was saying, back in the day. They wanted them decades ago, right? But um, now they got him. It's kind of like not even a big deal. That just means that they have something else coming down the line. You know. What's China going to do with Taiwan? You know, you got massive earthquakes. Okay. One thing that we can all agree on, even the atheists, is that God is moving, you know. Uh, so as the Most High is moving, what's the devil doing? What's evil doing? What's the United States doing? The right hand of Satan. What are they up to? So figuring that out, seeing where they're moving, where they're going to, and then now we're getting President Trump back, right? And one thing about him is he cannot hold secrets, so he's going to tell whether it's his facial expressions, cryptic tweets, whatever, he's going to let you know that something's coming up. And he's done it before in the past. Okay, so all praise to the Most High. We're going to have, a little bit to gauge on when it comes to what this devil's doing. Okay. But whatever he's doing, obviously, it's going to be evil. Okay. That's why he's the devil. All right, you can bring that out in Luke, Baba Kashar.
This is the book of St. Luke, chapter 21 and verse 29. And everybody have it. Please say Khan.
Khan.
Verse 29. And he spake to them a parable. Behold the fig tree and all the trees.
Go ahead.
When they now shoot forth, ye see and know of your own selves that summer is now nigh at hand.
So seeing the fig trees growing, like, okay, might not have the calendar on the wall, but you might be on your journey and you see the fig tree growing, like, okay, this, now we're getting into the summertime. Now it's gonna start to get the temperature is going to increase. Okay. Uh Go ahead, Group 31.
Verse 31. So likewise ye, when ye see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of Yahweh is nigh at hand.
So, I know Israelites wait for a sign. The Jews require a sign. Like, all right, I'm gonna get it together. I gotta see some signs first. Okay. How many more signs you need? Sinkholes opening up. Sinkhole opened up in the white trash section of Philadelphia. You can't make this up. Fishtown
Uh-huh.
is, you know what I'm saying? You got Jake up there too. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get just everybody, but you gotta if you're Jake and you live up there, you probably be looking to move. You know what I'm saying? Because when I'm talking about like white trash, I'm talking about like um I want to say Rocky, but you know what I mean? It's like that type of, hey, these things come over here, we want to baseball bat them. They did that too. It was I think Walter Wallace, when Walter Wallace got shot in West Philly, and brothers hit the streets. You know what I'm saying? Sisters was out there looting, and you know what I mean. It was a riotous occasion. Them Edomites came out there with baseball bats. Like, yeah, come in all neighborhoods if you want. Bash you right in the head. You darkies. They was out there. And the cops were out there with them. They bought the cops pizza. You're not gonna go up there and take down on Esau because that's, hey, officer Kalakapic, whatever his name is. Kalakapic over there. He grew up down the street. Da, 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 da. So they're all ingrained. You know what I'm saying? So you go up there and you call the cops because these guys called me a nigger and they hit me with a baseball bat. Then the cops come up there, put the handcuffs on you, throw you in one of them basements, and then they beat you even more. You know what I mean? Not a section of the city I would recommend. Well, the most I opened up a sinkhole and a garbage truck fell in it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's white trash or Edomite trash. I don't want to get and then we're on social media and all that, right? So the trash truck fell in the Edomite trash neighborhood. Then you have a sinkhole opened up a little bit upstate Pennsylvania, you know, swallowed up their pool. You know what I mean? They had a pool up there. The pool, you can't even see the pool. It looks like a big sinkhole with all dirt. You know what I mean? Their houses about to get swallowed up. You know what I'm saying? So these are all prophetic things that are going on. This is a new thing. The earth is swallowing people up. Wars and rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places, huge earthquakes too, not just regular earthquakes with tsunami warnings, volcanic eruptions, AI. Elon Musk. You could actually buy a Tesla robot and could be sitting in your house. You know what I mean? Cleaning up after you. Staring at you while you sleep. This is legitly happening right now as we speak. This is the future. We're in the future. There's a daughter and father that made a flying car. That was just recently put out there. So I say that to say the kingdom of heaven is nigh at hand. And one aspect is that respect, admiration is coming towards the Israelites, whether you see it or not. You know what I'm saying? Notice that brothers on every corner in the cities and the towns, small towns. I be seeing brothers at the gas station where it's the only place where people really congregate at. You know what I mean? Whether it be down south or whatever, bringing out the word, handing out flyers. You know what I'm saying? Talking to the people, letting them know what's going on. So when you start to see these signs of drones in the sky, orbs in the sky, chariots in the sky, people revert back to like, I talked to somebody about that. Yeah, it was Israelites, especially Esau. Esau, he might have pretend like he didn't care what we were saying on the streets, but he remembered. He remembers. And that's why it's being more difficult for them to go to sleep and continue living their life in a time period like this. So we're being elevated, you know what I'm saying, in these last days. So TIM, John, check that out. Watch the movie TIM. All right. Sounds like a plan. So we start seeing people treating you better because you got they see your fringes and they're like, hey, how you doing? You need anything? I mean, they're scared to death, as they should be, because they realize that you're God's chosen people, and now things are taking place. Judgment is definitely taking place. All right. Let's continue on. Let's go to Hosea chapter 6 and verse 1. At one point in time, it's like, people walking by, not saying they don't walk by now, but they spit on you, want to fight you, curse you out. And the more, and you know what they're saying too. So to go along with that, people being disrespectful and stuff, they're saying these encounters are getting closer. Like the elder was saying, that drone is close. When I seen it in South Jersey, it was barely on the tree line. Seen one in West Philly, it was barely above the houses. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of whether, the drones, orbs, whatever, everything's getting closer and closer. You know what I'm saying? To the point where they're gonna be getting out. You know what I'm saying? You don't see a landing, people want to get out, That's how close we're getting. All right. So now that you see that, it's time to come back. All right, let's bring that out, Hosea.
Khan, this is the book of Hosea, chapter 6 and verse 1. When everybody have it, please say Khan.
Khan.
Con.
Khan, verse 1. Come and let us return unto the Lord. For he hath torn, and he will heal us. He hath smitten, and he will bind us up.
So this, like, man, these Edomites really been whooping our ass. No, it was a biblical ass whooping. All right, it was the Most High God taking us, you know what I mean, and spanking us, and all that. You know what I mean? It's a lot that goes in on it, and you watch, the visual of it in like 12 Years a Slave, and Birth of a Nation. You know what I'm saying? The visual, it get you emotional. You know what I mean? Our ancestors went through a lot. And the things that we continue to go through, these loosening up the yoke on our neck, right? The things we continue to go through, it's a lot, This is from God, and that's what happens when you eat pork. You know what I'm saying? We can make it simplistic as possible. When you eat pork, you're going to slavery. You know what I'm saying? When you don't treat your brother and your sister like you want to be treated, you get lynched. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's extreme, because God said don't do it. So you're going to get extreme consequences. So we have some extreme consequences coming from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know what I mean? But keep in mind that he's binding us up, making us whole, letting us realize that, oh, the wages of sin is death. Like, really, really trying to you know, put that into our psyche, So me sinning is going to be the worst thing for me. I'm hurting myself by doing this. So he's going to heal us up, bind us back together, put us back together, put us in our in rulership, in our rightful place. Okay. So with that in mind, there's your sign. The Jews require a sign. God is bringing us back. Okay. You look at what's going on in the so-called Middle East. It's rain. It's snow. It's precipitation in the desert. It's the reason why it's called a desert, because it doesn't get a lot of rain, right? Now that's switching up because he's preparing the way for us as well. As we prepare for, the return of Yahushai, he's preparing for us by giving that land, making that land fertile again. Okay. So, we talked about this at length, that these monsoon seasons, these rainy seasons that missed the deserts back then is now back. So you got plush greenery and animals grazing and eating it. That's, you know what I mean? That's the future. That's what's going on right now. He's buying us back. Okay. So don't let anything small knock you off your square. You know what I'm saying? And by anything small is just about damn near everything, because this is the most important thing that's happened on the face of the planet: the return of Yahushua, the kingdom being transferred over to the Israelites. This is it. All right. Let's go to Psalm chapter 37 and verse 1. All right. So how do we prepare the way of the Lord? Getting ourselves together. Getting ourselves together, bringing out the good news, you know what I'm saying? Bringing out the gospel, all right? Breaking down the prophecies, and uplifting our people. Sometimes you might have to knock them down to size to uplift them, but however you got to do it, do it. You know, there's different strategies to that. You could say, come on, be good, don't sin, da da da. Or you can say, oh, you want to die? Then die. Go ahead, go. What's his name? On top of the roof. You know what I mean? Go ahead and jump. You smoke crack, don't you? He's like, I don't want to jump. But
Mr. Clark.
Mr. Clark, yeah, God. He had a different strategy. Everything doesn't work for everybody.
God,
You know what I'm saying?
God.
Yeah. Some people use humor, some people use anger. What do they sound angry? Let me hear what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? But however you got to do it, get it done. You know? Now, now don't bring nobody up to the top of the roof and tell him, tell him to jump because the Smalls. If he would have jumped, no, not Smalls. What's his name? Sam's. If Sam's would have jumped, Clark might have been out. Not only out the job, might be thrown in jail. Okay, but you get what I'm saying. All right, if you can follow me. All right, don't take nobody up to the top of the roof, but let them know that what you're doing is dangerous. That's what it ultimately comes down to. If you're not following the laws, statutes, commandments of God, it's dangerous. For example, yesterday, it was a shooting at Gilly and Wallow. They had a boxing match, and there was a shooting there, and the fights broke out and everything because you get a whole bunch of Negroes that aren't following the law, statutes, commandments in one room. Bad things are going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So you know, understanding and bringing that to the light. Okay, this is judgment. Okay, you're not supposed to be doing anything from Friday sundown to Saturday Sunday. You're supposed to be relaxing. This is a day of rest, not going to any boxing matches and rappers and all this other stuff. Chill. You do that, bad things gonna happen. Just bringing it out, put it on the forefront, put it on the table. All right, let's bring that out in Psalms, Bubba Shaw.
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 37 and verse 1. When everybody have it, please say Con.
31, Slakia.
31.
God.
God.
Con, verse 31. The law of his God is in his heart. None of his steps shall slide.
So when you always have Yahweh Shem Shai on your mind and what you should be doing right as opposed to sinning and something that staying away from all appearances of evil, your foot's not going to slide. You know what I mean? This is what the scripture, this is what what the Most High tells us. You know what I mean? And God's word is bond. You know what I'm saying? They say word is bond. It's the Most High's word. He ain't got to lie. He ain't got nobody to look over his shoulder and um, make him feel a certain way. He ain't scared of nobody. So what's he got to lie for? So um, having the law in your mind at all times is it's an excellent time to do it now. You know what I'm saying? It's an excellent time to read more, study more. Get closer to the Most High God. I always say this with the Christians say, "Mom, I got a personal relationship with Jesus." Well, as Israelites, we really have to develop that. Now, not saying that they do. You know what I mean? You don't follow the laws of God. You got a personal relationship with somebody. Pretty sure it ain't Jesus. Um, but we got to develop that we know when we're going off because the Most High God will let us know when we're going off. We're getting our thoughts in order, because the next step, the next kingdom, we don't have to do all this talking. You know what I'm saying? From their perspective, their power, telepathy is the way of communication. So you can't be a sneaky, you know what I mean? A sneaky rat that just, came, slithered in, sneaky serpent, oh, Shalom brothers and Shalom sisters and all this other stuff. But in the back of your mind, you're thinking about, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start up an oil business in this one, and I'm gonna make the money, and then I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna make a fight. I'm gonna start a fight, and I'm gonna leave, and then go to Sakari, and then I'm gonna sell my oils over there, and then I'm gonna start a fight over there, and I'm gonna leave and go camp hop. You can't do that, you know what I mean? Because everybody is gonna know what you're thinking because it can read your mind. So that's how a level of perfection we have to be aiming for, that we get our thoughts in order, that, oh, I'm glad nobody could read my mind. What I was just thinking, well, in the future, it's going to be different. And literally now there are people on the planet walking that can do that. They're called angels, and they don't have to be in the chariots all the time. There's no scripture that says the angels got to stay in the chariots. People will call them aliens because they think they come from a whole nother place. This is their spot. They put us here. So, you know what I mean? Like the elder was saying, seeing the chariots come out from, the West Coast from the water, we can't go into the water. We can't go but further down in the ocean. They can. So of course they can go there if they want. There's other reports them going in the mountains. People see a chariot going towards a mountain. They're like, oh, it's about to crash. And then the damn mountain opens up and and then it closes behind the chariots. Trust me, I understand that's mind-boggling. But with God, all things are possible, right? Let's continue. Sirach 43 and verse 30. So I want to bring up some things that are just kind of out there, because it has been more than one report on something like that. You know what I mean? I'm not just making it up. Some Edomite eating a jelly sandwich in his trailer park, looking up, seeing stuff like this, and oh, this is what I seen. It came into the mountain. Nah, it's been a lot of people have documented that, you know. And you look in the scriptures, talk about mountains all the time, rulership, Mount Zion, So some places that people can't go, that's where they are. All right. Con, can you bring that out in Ecclesiasticus?
Khan, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 43 and verse 30. When everybody have it, please say Khan.
God.
God.
Con.
Khan, verse 30. When ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as you can, for even yet will he far exceed. And when ye exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary, for ye can never go far enough.
Con. Just go hard, you know. The elder brings this up all the time, go hard like you went hard for so-called Christmas. Like you go hard for so-called going out to the club every Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I gotta get me some new pair of shoes. I'm gonna kill them with this, and you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wear this there. You know what I mean? It's we plan out, and I'm gonna leave at this time, and this, that, and the third, and such come with me. It's already planned. You know what I mean? So how much more can we go for Yahweh Shem Shai? You know what I mean? You know, just spend more money on spilled drinks than alms for the people doing this work. You know, we gotta figure some things out. All right. Let's go to Romans 12 verse 1. And people are like, yo, you always talk about God. Yes. Thank you for that compliment. I appreciate it. Wow. I didn't know, but
Yeah,
now you mentioned that. It's just
Salakia.
God,
Khan, like who else? Like who else? Who else you thought?
God, God. You know, This is huge. Wow. I'm gonna during judgment, I'm gonna, I can bring this guy up. He says I talk about God all the time. He said that, right? You know what I mean? Guys, I got witnesses that I am doing the work as much as I can, But they say that like it's a bad thing. Yeah, like who else you gonna talk about? What? Let's talk about Diddy. Hey, Diddy's now in the same jail as Luigi, the CEO killer. And it's starting to ripple effect. Now they got this guy, he got Paul Wall grill. He had a Kool-Aid smile on his face. He done stabbed his CEO in the ribs. You know, was that the stigmata? He had the Roman stabbed Christ in his side. He said, "All right, I've been reading the scriptures too. Here, take that." He stabbed his boss, and they said he didn't even do anything. The guy was just sitting there at a meeting, 9 o'clock. It was probably, they said, somebody commented, it's probably one of those meetings he could have just got an email for him. But main man was on the job. We're gonna talk about this Wednesday. Main man was on the job for 2 weeks. He said, "I'm about to stab this nigga." He's like shaking his mind, like shaking his hand, like, "You got the job." He's like, "I think I'm gonna stab you." So he waited 2 weeks. Was at a meeting 9 o'clock in the morning. Left obviously to get his knife. Put a mask on. Oh my God, Esau is the dumbest person on the planet. If I leave right now with what I'm wearing and I come back and I have a mask over my face, do you not know who I am? Anyway, stabbed his boss. We'll talk about that more on Wednesday. But what else are we gonna talk about? Luigi? Luigi's at the same jail as Diddy. Let's talk about that for another. No, we gonna talk about Yahweh Shem Shai and all the amazing things that he's done and the things that he is prophesied to do and the potentials. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Anyway, let's talk about how when these so-called, they call, so-called aliens, alien abduction, they beat the crap out of Esau. You know what I mean? Whooping him and dump him right back. And they'll dump him outside his house. He don't have no keys. How you gonna get back in your house? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. This happens all the time. And that's why you see your Edomite coworkers come up like, I didn't get no sleep last night. You're like, yeah, what happened? I don't want to talk about it. I'm sure you don't, Esau. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you don't, but you're a comedian when it comes to the things that we go through. All right. But that's why, definitely like to bring out the things that happens to the Edomites because it's uplifting. It's funny to me. You know what I mean? But things that happening to them, not happening to us, that's the transfer of power. You know what I mean? It's a transfer in power. Okay. Let's bring that out, Romans.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 1. When everybody have it, please say Khan.
Con.
Uh,
Con.
Verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service.
Con. All right. Your body is not yours. You were bought with a price. Okay. So present your bodies as a living sacrifice. It's going out and doing the work. You know what I mean? Oh, it's cold outside. I don't know. Hey, you had a living sacrifice. Put that on your resume. Such and such went out and handed out flyers. It was 10 degrees outside. Such and such went out and um, did the work of the Most High God, bidding Israelites back to the marriage, and it was 105 degrees out. You know what I mean? It's never really a good temperature. Sometimes it is, but a lot of times it might be too hot, might be too cold, windy, rainy, whatever, but doing the work. Now, if it's a daggone thunderstorm out there, ain't nobody outside anyway. But brothers in New York going to the subway. You know what I'm saying? They gonna make it happen one way or another. Shout out to New York. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get this work. You know what I mean? Brother in Chicago, I never seen a 70-degree day in Chicago. Not saying it ain't there, but every time I see any reports about Chicago, it's always 17 feet of snow. You know what I'm saying? The wind chill minus 400 degrees. You know what I'm saying? It's a polar vortex. You know what I'm saying? You uh brothers be talking and they get ice on the corner of their lips because it's so cold out there. And them brothers is out there. You know what I mean? Slovakia. Them brothers is out there. Um, and brothers all around, doing the work of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Shout out to all the camps at HOI. Keep going. Present your body as a living sacrifice. Put that on your resume. You know what I mean? Um, let's keep going. Let's go to James 4 and 10. You know, and it's our reasonable service. We still here. We should all be dead. I know I should be dead. Things I done did. You know what I'm saying? It's what do you call it? The wages of sin is death. Man, I didn't even know what the Sabbath was. I thought it was Sunday for uh I don't know, 3/4 of my life. You know what I'm saying? Most of my life. So didn't know what a new moon was. I've been sinning a long time. At one point in time in my life, I was doing whatever I wanted to do. So that's not good in the eyes of the Most High God. So I shouldn't be here right now. So now, what you want me to do? It's like Paul being a prisoner of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know, I shouldn't be here right now. Like it's either death row or be a prisoner. I'll be a prisoner. I'm good. So I hope you guys have the same mind state that we on borrowed time. Please don't get comfortable. Comfortability is a death sentence, especially in these last days. Let's bring that out in James.
Khan, this is the book of James, chapter 4 and verse 10, when everybody have it. You say, Khan?
Con.
Con.
Khan, verse 10. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up.
Con. So let's humble ourselves. Man, I know I'm second under Christ. Everybody's coming through me. I don't mess with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not come on. I mean, come on. Is that really being humble? Is that humility? What would Jesus do? You know what I'm saying? Uh, but that's outside of our group, right? But in everybody that's watching now, yo, be humble. You know what I mean? Be humble. You don't know it all. You know? Somebody that says they know it all. Oh yeah, okay. So when's Christ coming back? Well, nobody knows that. Oh well, I thought you knew everything. I thought, you know what I'm saying? You should know everything if that's the case. You know what I mean? Just that alone should humble you. That alone. That alone. You know what I mean? And also the fact that it says if everything that Christ did was written in his book, it wouldn't be enough books to hold all of it. So we don't even know half the stuff he did. You know what I mean? We get a microcosm of the power of Yahweh Shai. And then he said, we gonna get that type of power. So we gotta be real humble in this walk. Let it come to you. You know what I mean? Seek out the information, of course. You know what I mean? But be open to learning new things. All right. All right, let's go to Second Maccabees, chapter 15. Chapter 15, verse 7. All right. And it says, humble yourself, James, humble yourself in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. Not you. You don't lift yourself up. You know what I mean? Don't have that mindset. I know I'm an Israelite, so now I know everything. Lord knows, man. Some of them people on Clubhouse, man, like it's going with the wind. Humility is not in their vocabulary. These people actually think they are the Hamashiach Yahushua. I'm like, oh God, I must have missed you when you came in. I thought every eye should see you. Where did you come in at? You know what I'm saying? How come we're still in captivity? Well, you know what I mean? I thought you was going, oh no, I'm just gonna sit on Clubhouse and tell these Israelites what they're not doing right. You know what I'm saying? What I'm not doing at all, you know, no works, no, waking up your people on the highways and byways, none of that. But, mentally ill people that think they Christ, that's not humble. You know what I mean? Um, and but when we humble ourselves, Christ is going to lift us up. And you can kind of see it. If you're paying attention, you can kind of see it. With all these things happening, the closer we get to the end, the people that were, putting it out there that these things gonna happen, pay attention, yada yada yada. You know what I mean? And what yada 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 means a whole bunch of everything that we do. You know, they looking like, yeah, those guys. I'm gonna listen to them. I want to see what they got, what they have to say. So God will lift you up. Don't lift yourself up. All right, let's bring that out though in Maccabees, Bubba Kashar.
God, this is the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 15 and verse 7. Everybody have it? Please say con.
God. God.
Verse 7. The Maccabees have ever sure confidence that the Lord would help him.
Because, keep in mind, we have to believe in the things that we read, that we teach others, you know what I'm saying? That we actually gonna get help when we need it, you know? And how many people can honestly say, we don't have to come off mic or anything, how many people can honestly say, the Most High God is going to help me when I need him? Not because I'm a snazzy dresser, not because I just got this sharp haircut, and you know what I mean, Shane looking all sharp and all that. I got these garments and everything like that. Of course God's gonna help me. Nah, God's gonna help you. Why? Because you do what he says to do. You're preparing the way for him. You're telling others, yo, you better get it together. Christ is coming back, man. You know? How many people can honestly say that right now, if they needed Yahweh Shem Yahushua to help them, that he will help them? You know? Go ahead, read next verse.
Verse 8. Wherefore he exhorted his people not to fear the coming of the heathen against them, but to remember the help which in former times they have received from heaven, and now to expect the victory and aid which should come unto them from the Almighty.
Okay. So we don't fear the heathen. Everybody's, oh man, Project 2025, Trump's in office, and you didn't vote. That's why Trump is winning, because you didn't vote. They're scared of man. They're scared of heathens. They're scared of mere mortals. We should be in fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know what I mean? The one thing that's transpiring, you never know how what damn devil's doing. You know what I'm saying? Until, you might get the Most High might tell you. Most High might give you a dream, you know what I'm saying? Keep an eye out for this. But in the past, for the most part, we've been getting a Freedom of Information Act, that says this devil did that. He went into hospitals and did experiments on us. He, in the prisons, did experiments on us. Hey, get released 3 days early if we put this burning cream on you and see, the pH level, right? So we never really know what this devil's doing while he's doing it, to spread information, so forth and so on. But um, but now, we can anticipate that he's doing something he has no business doing. We can anticipate that he's going to turn up. Nice. So mute your phone, y'all. Don't be yelling at that baby. All right. we can anticipate that he's going to do something negative. So say, for instance, those drones where people came out and said they were sniffing for nuclear weapons, and there was a nuclear weapon missing in like New York and everything. There's a lot of rumors going around the internet. You know what I'm saying? Which one's true? Who knows? Because everybody has access to the internet. It could be a 13-year-old that said that originally, and they say, "Oh, I got some breaking news that they're looking for nuclear weapons over there in New York and New Jersey and this, that, and the third," right? But who knows? But one thing I do know is, like the elder was saying, there's been a lot of chariot sightings. We've been talking about chariot sightings way before November 15th. So now it's like, oh, finally the chariots are here. They've been here. They're not going anywhere. I mean, they didn't go anywhere, you know? They revealed themselves to us. They revealed themselves to Esau, that has a powerful camera just to put online that we could look at and say, oh, man, that's legit, you know? They're showing themselves around the world. So now this whole drone thing, everybody's looking up at the sky. So now they're seeing other things that shouldn't exist. One ball of light becomes two balls of light, become four balls of light, and just fly at hypersonic speed up into the stratosphere. Shouldn't happen, right? But regardless of whatever the heathens do, the Most High is going to combat that as long as we're doing what He says. All right. Let's go to 2 Timothy's chapter 2 and verse 3. All right. We have the powers. Our power is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And in order to get into the door, you got to follow the law, statutes, commandments. Pure and simple. You got brothers saying that, I'm Christ. Do you follow the law? The what? Like, you know what I'm saying? No. Listen here, David Koresh. Chill out. All right. This ain't gonna be a Waco. All right, where you know everything and everybody. Listen, the scriptures is clear. Follow the Most High God and live. If you don't, you're gonna die. Simple as that. All right, let's bring that down to Timothy's.
God, my favorite scripture. This is the
Con,
book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 3. When everybody have it, please say con.
con,
Con, verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardiness as a good soldier of the Hamashiach Yahushua.
con. You gotta endure. All right, it ain't gonna be easy. You know, none of this is an easy trip. Okay, but that hardness, you gotta make sure that you are being a man about yours. You know what I mean? Not falling into excuses and the reason behind this, and that, third, constantly like, yo, man, just make it happen. All right, make it happen. How about Shem Shai woke you up? You know what I'm saying? You don't even. There's a bunch of people that don't know they're Israelites. Still, you know. I don't say a bunch. I mean, I really technically I don't know the number, but I remember talking to a brother. Um, this is at like Penn's Landing, talking to him, and I'm like, yeah, you know about what I say, like Kanye West, because there was a time where Kanye West said he's an Israelite. So I was using those celebrities. He'd be like, yo, all your favorite celebrities to tell you that, you know what I mean, along with the scriptures. But he's like, who? Like Kanye West? You don't know? No, I ain't heard of. No, he said I never heard him say anything like that. I'm like, Ti, Carmelo Anthony. I started naming all these people. He's like, nah, I don't watch basketball. Who's Carmelo? He didn't, you know what I mean? So everybody don't have a TV. Everybody don't have the internet. So that's why we go out to the highways and byways and do this work. And it ain't easy because people will try to hurt you. Police will try to arrest you. Your own people, the one that laughing at you, the Edomite sitting there listening, like, tell me more. Your own people, like, you weirdo, look at you, your Power Rangers outfit, they give you hell. That's why we gotta endure hardness as a good soldier of Hamashiach Yahushua. We're soldiers in this war. All right, it's a war of good and evil. There is no lukewarm. There is no sitting on the fence. You know what I mean? It's either you on one side or the other. Okay, let's go to Philippians. All right, 112, where the players dwell. Let's go to Philippians chapter 4 and verse 6. We got it. You can bring it out.
Con, this is the book of Philippians, chapter 4 and verse 6. When everybody have it, please say con.
Con.
Uh,
Con, verse 6. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto Yahweh.
all right. But in everything with prayer and supplication. That's what I want. Prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Being thankful. Thankful for the air you breathe. Thankful that the Most High woke you up today. Regardless of the conditions you're in, it can change because, the Most High is merciful. You know what I'm saying? And let your requests be known unto God. This is a time period like no other. Um, these drone orbs, chariot sightings all in the sky at the same time. Right now, make your request known unto God. Okay. What do you want? You want the kingdom? Let God know. You're like, I prayed that already. Like, like when? When did you pray that? It was like a couple months ago. Well, guess what? Today's a good time to pray it again. And then another good time to pray it? Tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? This is what you want to make your request known unto God. You're not getting on his nerves. You're not bothering him. He tells you to do this. You know what I mean? Luke 18, the unfaithful judge or the unrighteous judge, you know what I'm saying? In comparison to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he's telling you, yo, just until give him no, it said give him no rest until he make Israel I can't think of that paraphrasing. So, Israel's on top. Give him no rest. Okay. Let's go to Isaiah 55 verse 6. All right. So we understand that the person coming in, the next president, isn't really isn't a fan of the Israelites, so to speak, MAGA incidences and all, January 6s, things of that nature. So, of course, he has some tricks up his sleeve. He wouldn't be the devil he is if he didn't have tricks up his sleeve. We can't be surprised. Did you see that Donald Trump said that you can't go out to the corners and preach no more? You know what I mean? Like, can't be surprised if stuff like that, not if, but when stuff like that happens. He's going to have a lot of Amalekites. Already has a lot of Amalekites in his administration. He's not really draining the swamp. He's bringing in the rats to the swamp, taking them out their tunnels and bringing them into the swamp. So whatever he does, can't be surprised. He said a few of you might get thrown in jail. Definitely won't be surprised if that happens. You know what I mean? But just know that you have a power that has your back. This is supposed to happen. You're writing your story. We've been reading the stories, Jeremiah and Isaiah, Habakkuk, you know what I mean? All the prophets. Now this is your story. They had to deal with a lot. They had to go to jail. They had to have people, smite them off side of their face. You know, they died. Some terrible deaths. Okay, so this is what comes with this work. This is what comes with being a soldier, a Mashiach Yahushua. All right, let's bring that out. Isaiah 55.
Con, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 6. When everybody have it, please say con.
Con.
Con, verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near.
So you seeing some things up in the sky that you can't even imagine, like that are going 20,000 miles that way and then stopping on a dime and going 20,000 miles that way and stopping on a dime and then forming into a triangle and then flying up in the sky. The Most High is near, okay? Yahweh Shem Shai is near. So make sure you make your request known. You know, you seeing these amazing things. If you can see them, they can see you. Put it like that. They not just one thing that Esau says is that, oh, they make mistakes. Look at this video. They didn't mean to do this. Everything they do is intentional. That's why I don't believe for an instant that, oh, this chariot crashed and we got bodies of aliens and this, that, and the third. That's like sci-fi stuff. I don't believe none of that. What I do believe is they say stuff like that, knowing that Russia and China and Iran is listening. So, we back engineered these things. So when you see them in the sky, it's not them, it's us. It's psychological warfare. Like they've been saying a lot of psyops. Psyops is like the word of the day now since the drone sightings and so forth and so on. But I don't believe none of that. That's all Edomite lies. But when you see orbs that can go from 0 to 1,000 in a split second, yeah, I tend to believe that. Okay, and I can see that with my own eyes. I know they got holograms out there, but none of these things with these orbs is new. You can go back in the archives of on HOI news, HOI class. You know what I mean? And we've been talking about this a long time. Okay, let's bring this out. Psalm chapter 5 and verse 3. All right, so while he's close, don't get caught slipping. All right. Just one more time. After I do this, God, I'm done. You don't know when, you don't know when you're done. You have no idea. You have no idea when the lights go out. If the Most High will, you willfully sinning at this point. Will he forgive you or will he put you in the dirt? You know? We so close to the end, you know what I mean? Just let it go. Let it go. Let that sin go. Take a walk. Take a deep breath. Read the scriptures. Whatever it is that's holding you back, let it go. Christ he said, chop off your damn hand. If your hand's stopping you from getting to the kingdom, chop it off. Your eyes stop and pluck them out. And there be dudes in the was it Morion or one of them dudes, one of them boy men. You know what I'm saying? I ain't laughing, but the dude was going through it and he plucked his damn eye out. He took that joint literally, Hopefully he switched his entire life out without, what I mean? He switched it up without having his eye. He's not sinning, or he took his eye out and he's still doing the same thing. You know what I mean? It really means it's that extreme. It's that extreme. Stop it. You know what I mean? You're gonna be kicking yourself for all eternity. You're like, man, guys gotta live with regrets. Your regret is going to, you're gonna be thinking about your regret for eternity. You know what I'm saying? You be born into the kingdom, and then it's just your shame's covering you. Don't do that to yourself, and don't do that to your family. Okay, let's bring that out. Psalms, Baba Kashar.
Khan, this is the book of Psalm, chapter 5 and verse 3. When everybody have it, please say Khan.
Khan.
Khan, verse 3. My voice shall thou hear in the morning, O Lord. In the morning I will direct my prayer unto thee and will look up.
So it's times to pray. David saying, I'm going to pray in the morning, right? Let's get Psalm 55 and verse 17. Seek him while he's near. Pray in the morning. Let's see if there's any other times where we should pray. You can bring it out.
Khan, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse 17. When everybody have it, please say Khan.
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 Khan, verse 17. Evening and morning and at noon will I pray, and cry out loud, and he shall hear my voice.
Here we go now. Now we, evening, morning, noon. This is a daily thing, right? Why? Because look, think about this. When we were in ancient Egypt, our ancestors were in ancient Egypt, and the taskmasters added on to our burdens, you know what I'm saying? We cried out to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you know what I'm saying? And he heard our prayer. He said, Moses, hold on, look, I heard the prayers of my people, so we want the Most High to hear our prayers, you know? Hannah, right? Hannah, however we want to pronounce it. And Samuel's mother, right? She prayed to the Most High and he remembered her. That's an important part. Like, hold on, he's not like everybody else. Hold on, I got a million prayers coming in. Hold on, I know this one. You know what I'm saying? So we build ourselves up to be the best people we can be. So when we do pray, it's like that one right there, that one be handling business, you know? As opposed to a Christian church belly full of pork, shrimp, crab, and lobsters talking about, God, I need your help. Yeah, I heard about those Israelites, and I read that we're not supposed to eat it, but let's not call anything clean unclean. You know what I'm saying? Or just don't judge me in meats. Pork is now a meat apparently, the new white meat. So there's a difference, So let's aim to be the best versions of ourselves. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians 5:17. All right, so we got a couple, we're praying in the morning. We're directing our prayers while he is near. All right, let's bring that out, Thessalonians.
Khan, this is the book of First Thessalonians, chapter 5 and verse 17. When everybody have it, please say Khan.
Con.
Con.
Khan, verse 17. Then which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air.
Oh, wait.
And
No,
so shall...
Slakia. 1 Thessalonians 5:17.
Salaki, I'm reading chapter 4 and 17. Salaki.
Oh, wait. Read it again. Read that, dude. Why not?
God. God, this is the book of First Thessalonians, chapter 4 and verse 17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord.
Well, you know what? that's
Oh, praises.
Yeah, praises. That's an accident scripture that, you know what I'm saying? That I like that one. You know what I'm saying? There is no accidents in this, first of all, no coincidences. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. Let's keep that in mind. What they say, when stuff like that happens, like how I pulled that scripture, you know what I'm saying? They had that was the spirit. Nice, nice, nice. That's a heaven, a heaven of a scripture. The water.
Salaki, you know how like when you're paying attention to a scripture, but you're supposed to like turn your head to the next one, you're actually supposed to read. That's what happened. I was just caught there. Salaki.
Okay, that's a spirit. It's a spirit. Yeah, how about your mouth shine? Like, yo, read that. No, read that one right there first. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at these, oh, the missiles are incoming, they're hypersonic. What's gonna happen? And then the people that everybody been laughing at and ignoring for all this time are the ones that get saved. That's gonna be a heavenly feeling. Not a hell of a feeling, a heaven of a feeling. Heavenly feeling. Con. Can you bring out that's the verse 5? I mean chapter 5.
God, this is the book of First Thessalonians, chapter 5 and verse 17. Pray without ceasing.
Pray without ceasing. Don't get lazy. Pray without ceasing. You know what I mean? Your thoughts are your prayers. Talk to your father. Okay? Let's go to Matthew chapter 25. A couple more scriptures, y'all. Matthew 25. And we're going to start at 14.
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 25 and verse 14. When everybody have it, please say Con.
Con.
Verse 14. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods.
Go ahead.
And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another one, to every man according to his several ability. And straightway took his journey.
Con. So, it's talents. The talent is worth about $935. I just find it very. I don't think it's a coincidence that it's the same thing as like talents. Like, you know what I mean? Like what the Most High has given us. Somebody's good at is good with words. Another person is good with language. You know what I mean? Another person's good with fishing. People bringing people over to the camp. You know what I mean? Everybody has something different. You know what I mean? Like those type of talents. But he's talking about money. But that wordplay, our fathers, just like us. I mean, obviously we're made in His image, but you know, we could say something that mean the same thing. Like, yo, that John over there. What John you talking about? That, you know what I mean? It can mean anything. You know. So the gifts that God has given us, you know what I'm saying? It's gifts. Yahweh Shai left and he gave us gifts. You know what I mean? We got gifts, talents, and everything like that. What we gonna do with them? You know? You read on Thessalonians 4th chapter, it says at the last trump. I remember I said that when he was running for re-election. I'm like, this could be it, guys. We know we mean trumpets, but it could mean it says Trump. It's the last Trump, and I'm saying like, though, don't listen. This isn't thus save the Lord. This is Kasadi speaking. You know what I'm saying? Um, so don't HOI is going off. They said this, then the third. You know, but I think it's funny that he ran again and he won. You know what I'm saying? So. Hopefully this is it. Hopefully this is it. All right. Let's continue on. Can you read verse 15? Oh, I'm sorry, 16.
Verse 16. Then he that received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents.
So he's moving, he's adding on, you know what I'm saying? He's not just sitting on the couch, being entertained. He's putting in work, Go ahead.
And likewise, he that had received 2, he also gained another 2.
Go ahead.
But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money.
He's hiding his talents. This person's hiding his talents. You might be the best at, and it's just, some symbolism. You might be, say you're female, you might be the best sewer. We got to flip our talents. You might be the best sewer. You know what I'm saying? Your mother taught you how to sew. Other people's mothers didn't teach them how to sew. They don't know how to do, they don't know how to do things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? You might be the best, cook or, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, I'm talking about from the female side. From the male side, you might be very charismatic. You can talk to people when you're in the streets. You could, you could sell what do you say? I don't know. You can sell anything. You know what I'm saying? But here you are. You're in the truth now. You got to use those talents that you have, those abilities that you have, to further advance what is going on. And what's going on is a takeover. To be, blatantly honest, a takeover of the world. Right now, the world is controlled by evil and corruption and me, and capitalism and all that. This is a takeover now. Because Yahushua is coming back and he's ruling everybody. It's like, oh man, we're scared of this one world government. Well, you probably scared of Yahushua because it's going to be a one world government. This is what's going down all over the planet. You know? So this is what's going on. We got to get into the fight. Got to get in some action. Like not literally physically fighting, you know what I'm saying? But with the scriptures that we're reading today. That's how we fighting. Go ahead. Verse 19.
Verse 19. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them.
So eventually Christ is coming back. Okay. He might have left for a little bit, but then he's coming back. And I don't think that he's sitting in the corner somewhere and not paying attention to anything that's going on. He's very much active in this world. All right. Well, active meaning he's not oblivious to things, Go ahead.
And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more.
That's who you want to be. That right there is who you want to be. You know what I'm saying? I doubled up. Every ability that you gave me, I worked on it. I didn't just get caught up in folly and madness and doing all this other stuff. I worked on myself, built myself up, and promoted this truth to the world. Go ahead, verse 21.
Verse 21. His Lord said unto him, Well done, thy good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord.
I'll give you a few things. I'm giving you a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? You were uh you made moves on this planet. I'm giving you a galaxy. You know what I'm saying? Here you go. Take this galaxy. 1 out of billions. You know what I'm saying? You get one. Matter of fact, take 7 galaxies, or you know what I mean? It's like that. All right. Go ahead. 22.
Verse 22. He also said, Salaki, he also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents besides them.
Double it up. Whatever abilities you have, you made the best of them and made it work. I'll say like that, like me, not a good reader. You know what I'm saying? So but do the best I can. You know what I mean? Whatever you got, do just put it all on the line. Oh, people are gonna make fun of me. Okay. They're gonna make fun of you regardless. Believe that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be the butt of their jokes regardless. At least have them laugh at you because you're doing the work of God, rather than, on some satanic type time. Okay. Go ahead, read next verse.
Verse 23. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord.
Same thing, whether you have 5 talents or 2 talents, whatever you got, double it up. Work on your ability, work on yourself. Prepare ye the way, prepare the path that's coming. Yahushua is returning. Look busy. I saw that on a billboard. Christ is coming back. Look busy. So I saw that a while ago. I thought that was funny. You know, meaning get off the couch, stop twiddling your fingers. You know, make something happen, make it work. Do what you got to do. All right. What did Tupac say? Tupac, I know they have a gospel of Tupac, the way people talk about him. But regardless, this line he said, ninjas know what they got to do. They just got to put their mind to it and do it. You know what you got to do? Get it done. No procrastination. Go ahead.
Verse 24. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed.
Go ahead.
And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine.
So he hid his talent. He said, "Man, you a hard man. I don't know if I could." Look what we say in GNT, right? Is verse 24 says, "Then the servant who had received 1,000 coins came in and said, Sir, I know you are a hard man. You reap harvest where you did not sow, and you gather crops where you did not seed." He's like, "Look, man, you a hard rock. I don't, you know what I mean? I want no trouble." All right, go ahead.
Verse 26. His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sow not, and gather where I have not strawed.
Go ahead.
Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own with usury.
You know what I'm saying? They supposed to double that up. Go ahead, verse 28.
Verse 28. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which have 10 talents.
Look at that. You know what I mean? Take it away from him, give it to the guy that has the most talents. Go ahead.
For unto everyone that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that have not shall be taken away even that which he had.
So it's going to be, you're going to see who has been doing the work, who hasn't been doing the work, who is serious, who is diligent, who is preparing the way, as opposed to somebody who's just being entertained. You know, this could be entertained. You could sit on Clubhouse all day and just be entertained and just see people go back and forth and everything. It's like drama time, right? Might as well be basketball wives, the way some people get up on a stage and act, and act out, So you sit there just being entertained. No, this is work. You got to get busy. You got to get your feet under you before you get kicked out of the wedding party. You ain't got your garment on. All right. Can you read verse 30?
Verse 30. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into our darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
And then it's crying, why, God, why? Hey man, look, we gotta get settled on this thing. All right. We gotta prepare the way. Look what's going on. There is a disease X somewhere in the Congo. HOI correspondent sent me that. What is disease X? I don't know. But everything bad is coming out of Africa. What the hell's going on in Africa? AIDS and all types of stuff. Damn Hamites. Their servants are servants, so Bill Gates can come drop a vial over some village from a helicopter and just watch it grow. It's crazy stuff happening. Pestilence, earthquakes, wars and rumors of wars. Where are we at? We're at the point where there's drones in the sky and there's orbs in the sky. And there is a couple of videos where I seen one in particular where you see a stationary object and you see a drone coming towards it and it just drops out the sky. You know what I mean? And on Wednesday, we're gonna talk about those things. Because there's planes dropping out the sky. There's nothing to wait for. You know what I'm saying? Know where we're at. We're in a um a time period like no other.
Salaki.
Con, go ahead.
Yeah, that just goes into what the elder was saying, like, because I seen the same thing on Instagram that one of the drones ended up falling out the sky. What they was claiming was a UFO. So, like what the elder was saying earlier, like the so-called chariots could be shooting them down out the sky, you know, because it was on the side of the highway where they
Hmm.
showed a drone just burning up. You know what I'm saying? That crashed. So it could be the chariots shooting them out the sky.
Excellent point. And that was like in the early stages of that one hitting I remember that hit the highway. You know what I mean? And that might have been part of their, undercover meeting. Like, we don't know what they are, but they just shot our $700 million drone out the sky. Don't have a heat signature, and yeah. This, we'll say it's talked about the Archangel Michael is gonna come fight for people, and the devil's gonna try to fight him. The devil and his angels gonna try to fight him. It says in Revelation. You know what I mean? And we're like watching it like now. You know. It was another video. People have the little hobby drones that Esau wanted to put their own drones up, and they said they full battery tried to let it fly. That drone said battery low, came right back down. Drains his battery. We living in some amazing times. All right, let's go to Isaiah 40 and verse 10. A couple more scriptures. You know, so what do? We repent, we fast, we repeat, we follow the law, statutes, commandments, we prepare the way of the Lord, getting yourself right, making your election sure, be a living example. You know what I mean? Stay away from all appearances of evil. The people around you, your family, friends, whatever, looking at you like, are you okay? There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, then you can actually explain to them why you do what you do, so forth and so on. All right.
Naya?
Uh, Elder, you want to say something? Okay. Let's go to Isaiah 40, verse 10.
Khan, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 40 and verse 10. Everybody have it. Please say Khan.
All right.
God.
Khan, verse 10. Behold, Yahweh thy power will come with strong hand, and his arm shall rule for him. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him.
Con. So the reward is coming. We got it, the reward is coming, but we got to keep doing the work. We got to keep making sure that this is, that this keeps getting this message keeps going out there, pushing this message. Okay. Now let's go to Revelation 22 and verse 12. Push the message, make yourself a living sacrifice. Be prepared. You don't want to be weeping and gnashing your teeth. No, no. I know I don't. Because ain't nobody listening. You know what I'm saying? You weeping, crying, God, help me, God. You said, man, how old are you? When did you come into the truth? This amount of time, in that amount of time, I've been saying the same thing, pushing you to do this, and you ain't been doing it. So it's weeping and gnashing your teeth. That's a lot of pain, a lot of anguish, a lot of frustration. and it is what it is. Okay, we don't want that. Let's think ahead. Okay, let's bring that out. Revelation chapter 22 and verse 12.
God, this is the book of Revelations, chapter 22 and verse 12. When everybody have it, please say con.
God.
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 Con, verse 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be.
And like it says in Sirach, 12, 13, 14, 12, 14, whether it be good or whether it be evil, you're gonna get this work. All right. So let's make it good. All right. Let's do as best we can in these last days to push this message, make ourselves better, you know what I mean? And aim not to sin. Okay. Prepare you the way of the Lord. Kom Yashala. All right. So that is the lesson. Everybody that's on, if you're on YouTube, come on over to the Zoom. Got a message afterwards. But after we done praying, gonna cut off the YouTube and Slakia. We're gonna cut off the YouTube and have a message. Okay, so right now let's pray. We're gonna face the east, prostrate, however you want to do, and we'll be back. Okay. All right, this is the Lord's Prayer, Paleo Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malachwaka, Daba'a, Ratazayaka, Haya, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Natananawa, Lacham, Kau, Yawam, Wasalaf Nawa, Kabawaf Nawa, Kasalaf Nawa, Kabawaf Yinawa, Wala'a, Dabi Nawa, Badasai 1, Abal, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwaf, Wa'ala, Watapala Rough, Live Num Num, Aman. Excuse me. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 9. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Shema Yasharala Yahweh Hayanawa Yahweh Shema Yasharala Yahweh Hayanawa Yahweh Shema Yasharala Yahweh Hayanawa Yahweh Hear, O Israel, Yahweh our power, Yahweh is one. Deuteronomy 6, verse 4. Creed of Israel. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. You want to put some. You got some oil. Put some oil on your head to anoint yourself with oil, and we can read the anointing prayer. I give you about a minute. About a minute. Like some incense, feel free to as well. Some frankincense and myrrh. All right. All right, has your oil. All right. Anointing prayer. Yabaraki Yahweh, Ashamarka, Yahweh, Hun Yahweh, Anyakar, Hunyakar, Yasha'a Yahweh, Pun Yahweh, Anyakar, Shemnakar, Shalom, Yahweh, Bashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, Bogashar, Shemai, Nawa, Aida, Shalak, Micah Allah, Elohim, La, Shemaiah, Barak, Rapar, Izar, Magun, Kazak, Ataziyar, Bawa, Yasha'Allah, 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 Kol, Akim, Kol, Akwathium, Kol, Bunyam, Yasha'Allah, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahushai, Dawada, Aliyah, Alalam, Aman. Kid. All right. Okay, so everybody that's on the live stream, Most High willing, you're edified. Focusing on preparing the way of the Most High God, and building yourself up, continuing to build yourself up to be the best person you can be. Building your family up, and waiting on the day Hamashiach Yahushua. Fig trees ripening, coming soon. Yahweh Shema Shah Rakatham, Shabbat Shalom, Kwom Yashala. We got next. All praises. Shalom, y'all.
All praises.